Here we have a standard inch ruler. It's a 12-inch ruler, and we're going to look at how it works. Here we have zero, the zero mark, and here we have a 1-inch mark and a 2-inch mark, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. The 2 line and the 3 line and the 4 line and the 1 line, the whole numbers are the longest ruler lines here, these lines. The next length, divide these two directly in half. So this is referred to as the half mark. So if we have a whole line here and here, then this is going to be the 1/2 mark, halfway. It doesn't matter where they are. They could be between these guys, and this line here is still going to be the halfway line. So we've got, well, in this case, 2.5 inches, 3 inches, 3.5 inches, 4 inches, and 1 inch and 0, obviously. Between the whole number and the half number, if we divide that in half again, let's say we take 1/2 and we divide that in half, divided by 2 equals 1/4. There are 2 quarters in a half, just like there are 2 quarters in half a dollar. So in between here, this is a quarter line, and you'll see that these are a little bit shorter than the half-inch line. So we've got 1/4 and then 2 quarters, because a half is 2 quarters. Here's 3 quarters, and the whole would be 4 quarters. So here we have 1/4. Here we have 2 quarters. Here we have 3 quarters. And then here we have 4 quarters, which of course makes a whole. Let's move over here, get a little closer, and we'll look at the lines between the 4 and the 5. So there are the whole numbers. We already know we have a half there, and we've got our quarters here. In between those, we've got these even smaller lines. So here's the half is the longest, quarter, and this one here between the quarter, that's an 1/8, because there are 8 parts in between here. Just like in the quarters, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8/8. So this one here is 1/8. And then we have a quarter, which could also be 2/8. Then we have here 3/8. This is where my handwriting gets sloppy. Here we have 4/8 for the half. So 4/8. Here we have 5/8 and 6/8, which is also 3 quarters. And then here we have 7/8. And then, of course, down here we have the 8/8, which of course equals 1. So now we're going to get even more detail. Let's do it between the 6 and the 7. So we have the 8ths. In between those are the 16ths, because there are 16 of the tiniest lines here between the 6 and the 7. So we have 1/16, 2, then we have 3, and we read it like this, 3/1/6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, here's 9/16. I'm skipping them because they're so small to write, but that's 9/16 right there, which is just over the 8/16, which is just over 2/4. I skipped the 8ths. 4/8. 4/8 and 1/2. Well, I got confused there. I'll catch up. So there's 9/16, 10, 11, 12, 13 sixteenths, and so forth until we get, let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16 sixteenths. So all these numbers mean the same thing when you get to the 8/16, 2/4, 2/4, 4/8, or 1/2. Those all mean the same things. But when you get in between them, when they're an odd number, you have to use the whole thing. So when they're odd numbers, you can't reduce them. When they're even numbers, you can. Now let's look at this other end of the cell. So here we are dealing with the 30-seconds. There are 32 little spaces between the 0 and the 1 inch here. We have 0 here, so there's the beginning. We've got the 1 inch over here. And of course we have our 1/2 inch. And we've got our quarters and our 8ths and our 16ths. So these tiny little guys here are 30 seconds. So this is a 1 32nd, 1, 32. And in here, the 1/2 inch one would be 16 30-seconds. 30 seconds. So if we want to measure, let's say we want to measure, let's measure a line that is 1 inch and 5 30-seconds. Well, since there's no 30 seconds over here, we're not going to start from 0 to 1 and then 30 seconds. We'd have to estimate. We're going to start from the 2 and go backwards. So from 2 to 1, that's 1 inch. So start here. And what did I say? 5 30-seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 30-seconds. So we want to go there and draw a line that is 1 inch plus the 5 30-seconds. If you want to add another 5 30-seconds, we could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which goes to right here, which is 10 30-seconds. Okay, so 10 30-seconds, if we divide 10 30-seconds in half, we'd end up with 5 sixteenths. So if we look at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sixteenths. So that works out the same. So that's how you use the 30-second marks within the front inch. Now there are some rulers that if you're working with a ruler that has all of them because you're doing a lot of precise work, you might have that. But this ruler here is a relatively generic ruler, so it's only in the first inch, and that's how you need to deal with it. So please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. It helps us a lot in our outreach. And let us know what else you'd like to learn. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.